Well, hello, Michael here. Looking today at Psalms 59, specifically focusing on verse 1, 2, 3 for the exposition. Let's go ahead then and read those first three verses. Verse 1. Deliver me from mine enemies, O my God. Defend me from them that rise up against me. Verse 2. Deliver me from the workers of iniquity, and save me from bloody men. And verse 3. For lo, they lie in wait for my soul. The mighty are gathered against me, not for my transgressions, nor for my sin, O Lord. And so we look to the treasure of David for the exposition. Verse 1. Deliver me from mine enemies, O my God. They were all around the house with a warrant of authority and a force equal to the carrying out of it. He was to be taken dead or alive, well or ill, and carried to the slaughter. No prowess could avail him to break the cordon of armed men, neither could any eloquence stay the hand of his bloody persecutors. He was taken like a bird in a net, and no friend was near to set him free. Unlike the famous starling, he did not cry, "I cannot get out," but his faith uttered quite another note. Unbelief would have suggested that prayer was a waste of breath, but not so thought the good man, for he makes it his sole resort. He cries for deliverance, and leaves ways and means with his God. Defend me from them that rise up against me. Saul was a king, and therefore sat in high places, and used all his authority to crush David. The persecuted one therefore beseeches the Lord to set him on high also, only in another sense. He asks to be lifted up, as into a lofty tower, beyond the reach of his adversary. Note how he sets the title, "My God," over against the word, "mine enemies." This is the right method of effectually catching and quenching the fiery darts of the enemy upon the shield of faith. God is our God, and therefore deliverances and defense are ours. Verse 2 that reads, Deliver me from the workers of iniquity, and save me from bloody men. And he exposits, Deliver me from the workers of iniquity. Saul was treating him very unjustly, and besides that was pursuing a tyrannical and unrighteous course towards others. Therefore David the more vehemently appeals against him. Evil men were in the ascendant at court, and were the ready tools of the tyrant. Against these also he prays. Bad men in a bad cause may be pleaded against without question. When habitation is beset by thieves, the good man of the house rings the alarm bell, and in these verses we may hear it ring out loudly, "Deliver me, defend me, deliver me, save me." Saul had more cause to fear than David had, for the invincible weapon of prayer was being used against him, and heaven was being aroused to give him battle. And save me from bloody men. As David remembers how often Saul had sought to assassinate him, he knows what he has to expect from that quarter, and from the king's creatures and minions who were watching for him. David represents his enemy in his true colors before God. The bloodthirstiness of the foe is a fit reason for the interposition of the righteous God, for the Lord abhors all those who delight in blood. For lo, they lie in wait for my soul. The mighty are gathered against me, not for my transgressions nor for my sin, O Lord. For lo, they lay in wait for my soul. They were in the ambuscade for the good man's life. He knew their designs and cried to God to be rescued from it. Like wild beasts they crouched and waited to make the fatal spring. but their victim used effectual means to baffle them, for he laid the matter before the Lord. While the enemy lies waiting in the posture of a beast, we wait upon God in the posture of prayer. For God waits to be gracious to us and terrible towards our foes. The mighty are gathered against me. None of them were absent from the muster when a saint was to be murdered. They were too fond of such sport to be away. The men-at-arms who sought to have been fighting their country's battles are instead therefore hunting a quiet citizen. The gigantic monarch is spending all his strength to slay a faithful follower. Not for my transgressions, nor for my sin, O Lord. He appeals to Jehovah that he has done no ill. His only fault was that he was too valiant and too gracious, and was besides the chosen of the Lord. Therefore the envious king could not rest till he had washed his hands in the blood of his too popular rival. We shall always find it to be a great thing to be innocent. If it does not carry our cause before an earthly tribunal, it will ever prove the best of arguments in the court of conscience and standing consolation when we are under persecution. Note the repetition of his declaration of integrity. David is sure of his innocence. He dares repeats the plea. Trust you enjoyed the meditation. Deliver me from my enemies, O Lord. This is Michael here then, declaring yet again, Jesus is Lord. Until next time, stay